merge. Fuck it. So,
We love it.
So the whole trad wife bullshit is pissing me.
Why does Boogie's girlfriend look like she's like the first phase boss from a Souls game? And he's like watching while you're having the battle. Does he not? Wings is like, yeah, I don't get. Xylee looks bored shitless. She's not kissing her breasts. And how's that Ozempic doing? Man, I can't wait. I am gonna lose in weight. I'm not even waiting for some fucking fat camp.
Welcome back, my friends. Today we are back at it again with another look at one of our favorite cows in the pasture. He's a newer addition to the Lolcow universe, at least to the mainstream Lolcow universe. His descent into Lolcowdom was a slow and embarrassing one, but now that he's embraced his full Lolcowdom and has now started a show over on Keemstar's Lolcowlive network, it's all fair game now to call Rich from ReviewTechUSA a lolcow. Damn near even a horror cow at times. Today we're going to be looking into his fascination once again with Becky Boop, one of the lolcow queens from the Lolcow Queen podcast. She seems to be getting interested in old Rich again because he's gonna have his own show and that makes him successful in her eyes. Rich gets the ick once more, even though we know he's loving this attention. So let's jump right into it.
Because wife was a whole thing, like before trad. Like, why are we putting like cinnamons and antimans, whatever you call them?
What are you talking about? This isn't me even being a fat, because even I'm not a cake dude. I'm a savory guy. And what are you talking about?
The answer is because women had to start working, and traditional housewives were something from the 50s and 60s.
Because of boss bitches out there ruining everything.
Which is stupid as fuck.
It's more about the economy.
Wait.
Boss bitches out there trying to have it all. They're trying to go out there.
Why is Boogie sideways? I need context to this fucking stream.
Honestly, the only thing I'll agree with Rich here is that this podcast is beyond brain rot. Everything they talk about and everything they say is just embarrassing. I don't even know how else to say it. I actually feel like these podcasts could be entertaining to an extent. I mean, all of these people are entertaining in one way or the other. But it just seems like when they sit here on these panels, it's nothing but them talking over each other and just talking about a bunch of mundane BS. Talk about housewives and how bad bitches kind of ruined all that and blah, 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 blah. It seems like they don't prepare for these podcasts, and it's pretty apparent that they don't. They have this whole team, Keemstar's paying all these people, but yet it seems like none of them are actually doing their job, because what is this?
Birds and men. Birdman, thank you. Good work on Tech Talk so far. Looking forward to see where it goes. Yeah, between Tech Talk and this show, I see myself doing this for like, I would say 5 more years, and this will help me get where I need to get. I want to do things with music again. No! And I have a lot of things that I want to do, and to see these shows doing well. Boogie is high on mushrooms. Becky is high. Keem is drunk with Brantley, and Billy is dead. Okay, he was so drunk and went to pee about an hour ago. Boogie is high on mushrooms.
It's a curious case to see Rich take a job over at Keemstar's network, because he did talk so much trash about it, made such a stink about it, really made Lolcowlive look like it was the worst place ever, just for him to take a job. But hey, I'm actually not surprised at all. I think I even called this in one of the past RTU videos we've done. Rich should just have done this out the gate. I don't know why he had to do this roundabout way, but it's just because he wants people to ask him. He doesn't want to have to ask anybody else. This weird ego, narcissistic thing. He wants the spotlight to be put on him. He wants everybody to come to him. But unfortunately, even if he still had his main channel, it's not like RTU is really the spitting image of relevance, and he's doing better than a lot of us out there on the platform. But again, when you're really looking at the landscape of things, RTU is a dying star for sure, and he shouldn't expect people to be crawling to him with these offers.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on here?
Run the fucking world, and then they want to come home and squirt out 19 babies and pretend they can run a household while they're running a goddamn
person. Like, I need to I don't know. I'm just thinking too much about it, honestly.
You are.
You insecure little bitch. Grow a set.
Maybe Psycho Mom could be the host of it, and I could just be a co-host.
That bitch can't stream. You're gonna have to stream. I'm gonna have to set it up for you.
You're gonna do it, not me. Because I can't. I don't want.
He's gonna make him be the.
What the fuck is going on here? This is the most insane thing. You can tell Keemstar. Is she drunk? I can't tell. Boogie is just, I don't know.
Honestly, Boogie2988 is the last person to give any sort of advice advice about women, what women should be doing, what their role is, etc. We're talking about a guy who has to pay to keep his girlfriend around and keep her from running away, and she's mid at best, as you can see here. Not even worth paying all the money he has to pay to keep her there. He doesn't have much of it these days. You're talking about Boogie2988, the guy that spent all of his years of relevancy, all of those years on YouTube making hundreds of thousands a year, and wasted all of that money, over $200,000 of it, on sex workers, etc. And before anybody gets their pennies in a bunch, there's nothing wrong with sex workers. This isn't a slight or a diss towards them at all. This is just me pointing out the obvious. You can't be talking about anything remotely about relationships, women, their roles, etc. when you are somebody who has only spent time with females because you have paid them to be there. I share that exact same sentiment when it comes to Rich anytime he tries to pull that crap, when he tries to put down Becky Boop or any of the females on Lolcowlive. Look, brother, you're not really a cat yourself. Look pretty lonely and desperate these days. Before you start putting other people in a box, maybe look at yourself. It genuinely is so sad to see how far Keemstar has fallen from the top. Back in the day when Drama Alert was at its peak and he was out here beefing and trolling all the YouTubers, he was actually kind of fun to watch. But these days, it's just embarrassing. Not only is he dating this incredibly young female, but he has the same personality as her, and I kinda understand why he's dating somebody that young. Keemstar's in his 40s and acts like he's 15 years old, and it's honestly sad. I mean, could you imagine dating somebody in their 40s, you're in your early 20s, and this is how he's talking to you? This is how he's acting? It's kind of embarrassing.
Cookie is, hold on, he is gone.
Told Chris to hold the pulley and he held the wrong way. So when Keem hit the button, instead of the pulley coming out, it went in and it took Chris's part of his finger.
What? I can't watch this anymore. I gotta do it. If I could, dude, I was getting high every evening for my streams and to go to sleep. If I could stop that just like that, I could get back in the ball with eating. Nah, I don't want to stream snipe, dude. I just watched a little bit of this to get a taste. I want to see, this is here for us to watch later. I want to see what happened with this. Remember I said I was going to watch this with you?
The main reason I don't react to the entire stream is just because I don't want to be here for over an hour in this video with you guys, but really, it's just because it's so boring and trying to clip together stuff is hard because Rich and everybody in this podcast are so ADHD. They jump from one topic to another. They'll be talking about one thing, stop in the middle of their thought and then start talking about something else entirely. It's absolutely maddening. So of course Rich cannot go a single stream without talking or reacting to Becky Boop and her cohorts. Luckily though, it's gonna be some fun content because we get to see good old Tina coming in, and she is relentless as always. As I've said before, Tina is the best part of the Lolcowlive network. She's funny, she's zany, she has no filter, and honestly, she makes it more enjoyable than what all these others are doing. They're literally not doing a single thing to add any value to it.
Have a good one, Seymour.
Do you like our new graphics? We had a little makeover. What do you think?
Your voice is unbearable, bitch.
Got a makeover. Now our logo got a makeover. And I would be happier. Oh, my mic also got a makeover. New mic. How do I sound? More beautiful than ever? I know.
You do actually sound better. I'm just being objective. There was nothing wrong with your other mic though, Rebecca. You were just fucking up how you were using it. Why you gotta copy me, bitch? You were just not using it right. She ate the other mic.
All right, but I'm a little nervous about tonight. Mike may or may not be here. I don't know. He's having some issues, and I'm having some issues of my own because I'm a little concerned because yesterday Mike said there was a surprise for me, and then I saw today's thumbnail, and it's not a good surprise. It's a surprise about RTU and something that's been leaked. And I'm trying to think of all the things it could be. I'm not sure, but I'm fucking nervous. So I'm gonna go on air now and bring Tina in.
I will say it's actually funny to hear Rich talk crap under his breath about Becky Boop. I do think he actually dislikes her quite a bit. The disdain is real, but I think it's one of those weird, like, odd attractions, just like you love the ones you hate type of thing. Keep your enemies closer, if you will. There's just something about their energies that keeps bringing them together, and by the end of all of this, I predicted in a past video that they're probably going to be together having little Lolcow babies. They got some new graphics, she's got a new mic, even though it was entirely unnecessary. Rich does make a very real point. She likely just wasn't setting up the mic correctly because it was essentially the same mic, just the USB version of it for podcasting. Still a rather pricey mic, but going up to a $400 SM7B is wild. I think that they're great. They're industry standard for a lot of podcasts and radios and of course music producers. production, but I think there's better options if you're just talking into a mic personally, especially more cost-effective options. But when you're somebody like Becky Boop, we've learned to find out that they just like to waste money and get goodies to feel good about themselves.
I'm just making it abundantly clear. Here is going to be where I could give whatever takes I want to in terms of, like, I would say these streams, 15% tech, 85% whatever the fuck they want them to be. Whether they're drama, current events, politics, whatever stupid shit, they're going to be what they've always have been.
All right, before we get into that, before you ruin my entire fucking night, you're looking gorgeous. I love the hair. I love the makeup. I think the makeup's actually better than yesterday. What the fuck is going on? What are these leaks about?
Becky, you're a fucking retard. I had jalapenos and I'm regretting that decision.
So this is about the time that there was a ton of technical issues, nothing was working right, Tina was muted for some time, and then Michael from Kid Behind a Camera had to come on and try to fix and help everything, and then Becky has to reset all the settings and all that fun stuff. But in the middle of that, you could see Rich just goes on some random tangent, not even really sure what he's talking about. Something about his streams on this channel, the RTU Streams channel, is going to be more unfiltered than what he would be doing on the Keemstar network, which is probably obvious, but I mean, it is the Lolcowlive network, so I'm sure it won't be that censored. But apparently they're doing some sort of tech stuff over there, so I guess we'll see how that all rolls. I'm sure I'll probably make a video about it once more content on it comes out. The odd acting and cattiness and all that is just undescribably cringe. It just makes me want to turn off the stream pretty much immediately. It feels like Becky is just constantly in character. Tina, I believe that's just Tina. She's always just her. But Becky, there's just something that feels so inauthentic about her. I can't quite put my finger on it yet, but the best I could say is it definitely feels like she's putting on a facade, like she's trying to be an actress of some sort. I find it hard to believe that she wouldn't be privy to what's going on, if a new show's being added to the network or not, etc, etc. Maybe Keemstar keeps the business stuff close to his chest because, I mean, I guess look at his cohorts, not very trustworthy people, especially when it comes to keeping something under wraps. But to act so surprised, so caught off guard, so concerned about a announcement, a leak, if you will, of RTU and Lolcowlive, what do you think it really could be? It's either going to be that they're showing up on a show as a guest, or they're going to have their own show. It's not like you guys ever met and bumped uglies or anything. Well, I guess they did meet, but you know, it was just at like a public event with Rich's like fiance or something at the time.
This makes Becky's acting look even worse because it looks like she's pretending to be in a phone call and she's not. Oh man, my ass is full of ass right now.
Calls with what? I saw the thumbnail has RTU. What calls? Tina, do not get quiet on me now. All you ever do is talk constantly, and now is when you're gonna get quiet? Call with what? I don't even know what is going on with RTU. What could there possibly be about that? I see you making a fucking phone thing. You said that part already. What could there possibly be? I don't have any issues with.
Yeah, she can't act, dude. And it seems more transparent, goof, when you can't hear.
With RTU, I hate him, can't stand him, think he's an ugly ass, fat looking thumb. What?
Here comes Keem to tell her you can't hear. This is why he has to baby shit the baby shit. He has to baby shit.
Oh, we can't fucking hear you, Tina. Oh, for fuck's sake. I know as soon as I saw you, Keem. I hear you. You can't hear Tina, right? That's the problem. That's the problem. I fucking know. Such a gaslighter. Okay, it's because I went on another show today. Well, if they didn't hear you, Tina, don't talk yet. They still can't hear you. If they didn't hear you, then they don't know what's going on.
How do you like fuck up every episode, Becky? Every episode. How do you fuck it up?
Yeah, so that just works out for me. Maybe I even did it on purpose.
As I mentioned in the previous clip, this is where a bunch of technical issues were happening. They would have to fix them all that good stuff. But as you can see, Becky is just so over the top. You could tell she's putting on a character. You could tell everything is just fake. You know, there's no real reaction going on here. I said before that I thought it would be pretty unlikely that Keemstar or whatever business team's going on here wouldn't let them know a little bit what's going on. Mainly because I've worked with teams for podcasting in the past, and when somebody on the network would be coming out with a new show, project, or something like that, we would usually be given at least some sort of vague details about it so we could help promote it and get our audience aware of it. Now I know we're talking about Keemstar and the Lolcowlive network here, so that level of professionalism is probably non-existent, but you know, it's definitely an interesting thing. But by the way that they're treating all this and by the way that they're acting, it almost feels like that's exactly what's going on here. They're trying to promote this RTU thing, and and that's why Becky's trying to cause all this drama. But I could be wrong. I don't know. It just seems like it's so over the top for no reason. So if I find a way to put a reason to it, it just makes my brain hurt a little less.
Oh my god. Yo, Jay, we need to beat this show. We need to stomp this fucking... We will. I will make sure that we stomp this fucking show in the ground.
I
Oh, this
swear
was
to God,
You're
love.
in
ugly,
Hawaii.
you're lazy, you're fucking fat, you don't clean your fucking farmhouse, so it seems to me like you're deflecting, Becky.
But otherwise, no, I don't like him. I don't think there's a real reason for L's being spammed in the chat right now, is there?
Yeah, because minus viewership, our show is killing it. Keemstar brings in bigger numbers than I could bring in. That's just a fact. There's not 1,200 people here right now. I can't get interviews with Billy Mitchell. Yeah, we're interviewing Billy Mitchell there. There's a lot of shit there that could get done that and I'm not a good manager. Not that I can't do it, I just don't want to.
Oh yeah, a video I meant to make but I never ended up getting around to is Jay and Rich are now back together and reunited. Definitely a very unfortunate thing to see on Jay's side, as I think he was stronger and making his own path, but now reattaching himself and suckling back to the teat of Rich from ReviewTechUSA. It makes me definitely disappointed, but I guess it's better to have allies than enemies, so I'm not really all that upset about it. I just hope he navigates himself and doesn't fall into another situation like he did last time. Once again, we're right back to that keep your enemies close. Sounds like Rich has some friendly competition already juicing him up here. He wants to get better ratings and crush this Lolcow Queen's BS. Now there's a couple of streams over on the network now and they're all kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. Even the main Lolcowlive podcast is pretty boring. And if Keemstar wasn't there, I kind of feel like it would be dead by now.
Not good. I came here to enjoy the festivities. Right now, my internet is not working, so I can't be on webcam. I can't do anything, but I have to hear what's going on. I'm on
What's
my
up?
phone right now.
Oh, Michael, she's got big problems. And if she sabotages this show with her fucking stupid ass, I'm done, Mike. I'm going to go to her house and she ain't going to need to clean it up.
Listen,
Tina,
I'm
you look better tonight than you did yesterday. The new and improved Tina. Tina even got dressed up for the occasion, Becky. Don't you understand what's happening? I'm sure you can tell by the title. You know what happened. You know what happened, right?
No, I don't know what happened because I don't know what there is between me and RTU that could have possibly leaked. And I remember we talked about it a bit yesterday, but I don't remember the details because
Fake shit or not, this ain't on my end. I haven't talked to this bitch directly since whenever that shit happened initially on Lolcowlive.
I will say I love to see Becky being the punching bag of the show recently. They're just going off, teeing off, straight up off the dome. Not holding back at all. No filters in place, they're just going for it. But I mean, I think it's just very obvious what's going on. It's very clear that ReviewTechUSA is starting a show on the Lolcow network, and you know that, I know that, everybody else knows that. The title's pretty much literally saying that word for word. Man, the worst part about all of this is when Rich was having his initial meltdown, he was claiming that Becky Boop was this horrible, terrible, nasty, useless, talentless person. And the worst part is he wasn't even wrong. If only it weren't self-projection on Rich's part as well. The fake acting and the fake confusion and trying to make it all about her so she's the attention and it's getting away from Rich or whatever is just classic narcissism. Not surprised coming from Becky though. She constantly has meltdowns the moment she has to take accountability or she realizes the attention is not all on her.
I was too busy freaking out in my head. So I don't know what it could be. Tina was saying, think of all my phone calls, think of all my emails, think of all my messages, and there's not share. So
Take it like the big fat fucking whore you are.
Shut up, Tina. I could still change my All right, here, you ready? God, I hate everyone here.
Enjoy, Becky.
About Rich, after everything I've been through with my last relationship, I kind of maybe he wasn't
What's up,
so
dude,
bad.
mama?
Yeah, and now that he's part of the Lolcow universe, and I can't even avoid him, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if maybe I made the wrong choice.
There was no choice to be made. You didn't have a choice to make.
After all the nasty things he said about you, he says nasty things, but I think it's just because he was hurt. Because I say nasty things about him too. But you know what? I do kind of mean some of them.
All right, pause. Minus the bad soap opera acting. Wait, you're gonna go steamroll me on this show, and I'm already dealing with drama, and you're gonna add more drama to it?
I still think it's fucking gross when he shows up without a shirt on, but there were other things I liked about him. opposite of the last person I was with, and that if he ever asked to do anything, like, or wanted to do anything with me, he would ask first.
I don't believe anything that you said about Richie. I don't believe a fucking thing.
He never rushed me. He was super understanding. And I feel like I have renewed appreciation for that sort of thing now.
Well, listen, Becky, I thought you wanted somebody a little bit more going for him. Or are you doing this because Team gave him his own show?
Well, I do want somebody who has something more going.
Rich, instead of streaming on Yo channel that's doing the same numbers as Lolcowlive, why not join in the fun with the other channel? Because I don't get paid for that. There you go. That's the tweet.
I'm honestly baffled as to any reason why they would record this private phone call or whatever this is and then show it on the podcast live to thousands of people. It's just weird. And then hearing Becky's reasoning behind to why she might have made a mistake with not staying with Rick and maybe thinks that she should try to rekindle it is actually the most sad, depraved, and unfortunate thing I've ever heard come from a Lolcow's mouth, especially a female one. And this is excluding Cyrax, of course. Anything Cyrax says is just on a whole new level.
Going for him, but now he does have his own show here, and maybe he actually could make good money, and he didn't have that before. Like, there was a certain drive he was missing before, but now that he, like, has to produce every day.
No, there wasn't a certain drive that I was missing. I think people forget what I've been. I don't bring it up that often, but since we're talking about this, people forget the shit I've been through in the past 2 years. It wasn't about drive. It wasn't about the weed. It's not even I'm defending the fucking weed because I don't even take it anymore.
I don't know. I think he might actually be able to stick
It's
through
Tina's lame ass grunting in the background.
I don't know about all that, although it is kind of hot. Like when Keem says he's doing well on the show.
Oh my god.
Get me a little excited.
Oh my god.
Now, I gotta call some shenanigans here. Rich likes to say he doesn't bring it up often, but pretty much every single RTU video I've done, which is about 4 or 5 now, brings up the issues he went through with his daughter, he brings up his family issues, he brings up all the stuff that he's gone through with the past few years time and time again. And while I'm not gonna put him down for having to deal with stuff with his daughter and family, it is a crutch that he has used time and time again to excuse himself and to try to mitigate any sort of accountability for what he's done. Once again, Rich starts making a whole list of points and out of nowhere he just stops. You know, he's like, I don't even smoke weed anymore. And then, you know, jumps into the next thing. So definitely interesting. So pretty much the rest of this stream is just them going over these phone calls, watching the rest of the stream, and the absolute disaster that is the Lolcow Queens podcast. They've gone through multiple hosts already, and honestly, it's just a nightmare to watch because, I mean, you're watching it with your eyes right now. Like, this is not content, family. But this is where I'm going to end this one for now. If you want to watch the rest of the VOD on this, you can find it on the RTU Streams channel. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Throw your comments down about this whole ReviewTechUSA downfall that continues to get more depraved. Subscribe if you're new. I upload videos like this multiple times a week, and I'll see you soon.